Okay, so maybe you're thinking about getting into passive income, and like everyone else, you're thinking about Amazon FBA.
It's popular for a reason.
It is. And we're going to look at someone today who has totally crushed it.
Crushed.
Using Amazon FBA, Tatiana James.
Huh?
We're talking from like not even owning a laptop
Wow.
to a whole online business empire.
Amazing. Inspiring too, right?
Totally inspiring.
Yeah. What gets me about Tatiana is like, she proves you don't need some fancy business degree
Right.
or like years of experience,
Totally.
to make this work. She just kind of learned as she went, which is encouraging, I think, for
So.
anyone who feels intimidated, by like the whole e-commerce world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're looking at an interview that she did on the Deep Dive 5Ws podcast.
Okay.
And yes, I
A
know
little on the nose.
It's a little
After
bit.
the naming, yeah.
Peta,
Uh-huh.
but that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
So who is this Amazon FBA rock star?
Yeah, so today she's like a super successful entrepreneur, obviously an Amazon FBA expert.
Yeah.
And now she's really focusing on teaching others to kind of like follow in her footsteps.
Right.
But here's the thing, like just a few years ago, she was working a 9-to-5, just like a lot of us listening, probably.
Yeah.
No, like, entrepreneurial background or anything.
It's amazing how like one thing can lead to another, right?
Yeah.
Like for Tatiana, it was meeting her fiance who introduced her to, all this online business stuff.
Really?
And she didn't even have a laptop at the time.
Wow, starting from zero.
Literally starting from scratch.
That's really cool. Shows that opportunities can just kind of pop up anywhere.
Yes.
And, all it takes is like a little spark to get you on that like totally new path. So when we talk about what Tatiana does, it's, Amazon FBA. But for anyone listening who's not like totally familiar with that,
Right.
What does that even mean?
So imagine selling on Amazon, right? But without having to worry about all the stuff that's usually such a hassle.
Okay.
Like storing inventory, packing boxes, shipping.
Hey, asshole, yeah.
Amazon takes care of all of that.
Nice.
That's what FBA is. Fulfillment by Amazon.
Yeah.
So you can focus on the bigger picture
Ah,
instead of those day-to-day logistics.
makes sense. And Tatiana doesn't just sell on Amazon, right?
Right.
She teaches people how to do it, helps them find products, figure out sourcing, build their own Amazon businesses, like the whole thing.
Yeah, she really breaks it down. But one thing that I thought was really interesting
Yeah.
is that she stresses, like not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Oh, right. The diversification thing.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
beyond just Amazon,
Yeah.
she talks a lot about having different streams of income,
Okay.
for more financial freedom and security.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
It's like having a safety net for your business.
It is a smart strategy,
Yeah.
especially online where things can change like that.
Right.
And to help people navigate all that, she's built this whole like community
Yes.
around her brand,
Her YouTube channel is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
She puts out tons of content,
Nice.
really practical advice,
Cool.
actionable strategies.
Yeah.
If you want to follow in her footsteps.
That's where that education piece we talked about comes in, right?
Yes.
She's providing so much value to people, sharing what she knows, and it's clear she wants people to succeed.
Totally.
I think that's a big reason why she's been so successful.
I agree.
People can tell she's authentic and they connect with her story.
Yeah, it's not just about selling some course or whatever.
Right.
It's about empowering others.
Totally.
Building this community. Okay, so let's talk about where she's made her mark.
Okay.
Where has she had the biggest impact?
Well, obviously, it's e-commerce, specifically Amazon FBA.
Right.
But what's impressive is it's not limited to just Amazon.
Yeah.
She's helped people all over the world start and grow their businesses. Wherever you are, her strategies can apply.
And all this in just a few years.
I know.
It was only like 5 years ago
It really wasn't that long ago.
that she was just starting out. She dabbled in Kindle publishing, then mastered Amazon FBA, and now she's teaching it.
So much progress.
I know, right?
It shows you what's possible when you have the right approach, and you're dedicated. But what I'm really interested in is like why she's been so successful.
Okay, yeah.
What's her secret?
What sets her apart? There's so many people doing this, right?
Exactly.
So what makes her different?
She actually points to 3 things. Investing in education,
Okay.
having a growth mindset, and always focusing on providing real value
Okay.
to her audience.
It's not just about like finding the right product or mastering the platform.
Yeah.
It's deeper than that, right?
It is.
It's like a whole philosophy.
Yeah.
almost. Like she's built her success
Yeah.
by helping others be successful.
I think that's a great point.
Yeah.
So what about you listening? What's resonating with you so far about Tatiana's story?
Yeah.
What parts of her approach seem especially relevant to you, especially if you're trying to build passive income?
I want to hear your thoughts on that.
We'll pick up right there next time. So we were just talking about what resonated with you in Tatiana's story.
Yeah, what stood out to you?
And one thing she said that really stuck with me was like that investing in education.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to think we can figure everything out ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
but like e-commerce moves so fast.
Yeah, it does.
Having a mentor or learning from someone like who's already done it
Right.
can be huge.
It really can.
It makes you think, right? Like,
Yeah.
who could you be learning from?
Okay.
Who are the experts in your field, you know? It's like a cheat code
Right.
to avoid mistakes and learn faster.
Exactly. And Tatiana's a great example.
Yeah.
She didn't just magically succeed, you know. She looked for mentors,
Yeah.
invested in her education, went to conferences, took courses.
Smart, makes you think, you know?
Yeah,
Who could you be learning from?
totally.
And speaking of mentors, she actually mentioned this one guy in the interview.
Oh, yeah.
Like early on, he was a successful Amazon seller,
Okay.
and he gave her some advice on product selection and sourcing,
Mm-hmm.
which like totally saved her from making some big expensive mistakes.
It's not just the technical stuff. It's that insider knowledge
Oh yeah, totally.
that can really give you a leg up.
Big time. And we can't forget about community too.
Yes. Tatiana's built this whole community
Right. It's awesome.
around her brand.
Yeah,
And that really resonated with me.
for sure. Having those people around you
Yeah.
who get it, who understand the struggles, the wins.
It's so supportive.
Yeah, it's like having your own built-in cheerleading squad as you're like figuring out this whole entrepreneurship thing.
Yeah. And you know what I thought was really cool about Tatiana's story? She's open about the fact that it wasn't always easy.
Oh yeah, she definitely didn't sugarcoat it.
No, not at all. She had setbacks, you know.
Made mistakes.
Yeah, moments of doubt, like everyone who starts something new.
Exactly.
But she didn't let those challenges stop her.
She didn't give up.
No way. She used them to learn, adapt, and come back stronger.
That's so key.
And it brings us back to that growth mindset.
Yes. Not just a buzzword.
Definitely not.
It's a way of thinking that can make all the difference.
So for anyone who's not familiar,
Yeah.
what does that even mean? Like having a growth mindset?
Basically, it's believing that like you can always learn and get better.
Yeah.
Your abilities, intelligence, they're not fixed.
Gotcha.
You can develop them through effort, you know?
Makes sense.
It's about embracing challenges, not being afraid of them.
Seeing the potential
Yeah.
where other people just see, like,
Yeah.
And Tatiana, she's like the perfect example.
In what way?
Well, she started with nothing.
Right.
No experience, no laptop, probably a lot of doubts.
But she didn't let that hold her back.
No way.
She went for it.
Yeah, she was all in on the learning process, finding mentors.
Always pushing her limits, stepping outside her comfort zone,
It's amazing to see how much she achieved.
especially in such a short time.
I know.
And with no business background, you know? It shows you that anything is possible.
If you have that mindset.
Yeah. And you know what else really stood out to me about her?
What's that?
How resilient she is. Building a business, especially online.
Yeah,
It's not always going to be easy.
definitely not.
You're going to hit bumps, make mistakes, have doubts,
For sure.
but it's what you do with those challenges
Yeah, how you react.
that defines you.
Absolutely. And she doesn't hide from that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
in the interview, she talked about this time when one of her products got a bunch of bad reviews.
Ooh, that's rough.
It could have been a disaster.
For sure.
But she didn't panic.
No.
No, she dug into the problem, figured out what was going on,
Smart.
and fixed it.
That's resilience right there.
It's a good reminder that setbacks happen,
They do.
but it's how we deal with them that determines whether we'll succeed in the long run.
And it's not just about bouncing back.
Right.
It's about bouncing back even stronger.
Totally. Learning from those mistakes.
Yeah, using those experiences to fuel your growth.
Which brings us to another thing that's really clear with Tatiana.
Okay.
She's laser focused.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
In a world with a million distractions.
A million. Every minute.
Being focused is a superpower.
Totally agree. It's all about knowing what you want, setting clear goals, and saying no to anything that doesn't fit.
That's hard.
It is. But Tatiana does it. She's intentional with her time, and she's not afraid to turn down things.
Even if they seem like good opportunities.
Even then, if it doesn't align with her strategy, she's out.
That's impressive.
It takes discipline,
It does.
and you gotta stay true to your goals, even when things get tempting.
It's easy to get sidetracked.
Way too easy. Okay, one more thing about Tatiana's mindset that I really like.
Okay, what's that?
She has this abundance mentality.
Abundance. What do you mean?
She believes there's enough success to go around, you know?
Oh, I see.
Helping other people win doesn't mean she's gonna lose.
That's a great attitude.
It's refreshing, right? Especially online, where it can feel super competitive.
Yeah, sometimes it's like a dog-eat-dog world.
Totally. But Tatiana's different. She's all about collaboration. She understands that, we all rise together.
Yeah, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Exactly. And that's why she's so focused on building that supportive community.
Right, it's not just talk. She actually walks the walk.
Yeah, she genuinely wants people to succeed.
And she's willing to share whatever she can to help them do that.
It's pretty awesome, honestly. It creates this positive cycle, you know?
Oh, you see what you mean.
Success inspires more success.
And everyone learns and grows together.
Exactly. So to recap all the mindset stuff we've been talking about,
Okay, yeah.
Tatiana has this growth mindset. She's resilient, she's focused, and she has this abundance mentality, which is so cool.
It's inspiring.
And these are the foundations of her journey.
Right.
They can make a huge difference for anyone.
Totally. So as we keep exploring Tatiana's approach,
Yeah.
let's remember those key takeaways.
Invest in education. Cultivate that growth mindset. Focus on providing real value.
These are the principles that helped her succeed.
They can help you too.
And remember, her story is just one example.
Right.
There are so many other entrepreneurs out there
So many.
who have found success in their own ways.
Each with their own unique insights and strategies.
It's about finding what works for you,
Totally.
what resonates with your strengths, your passions.
What you enjoy doing.
Don't be afraid to experiment, learn from mistakes,
And be ready to adapt, because e-commerce is always changing.
always. The opportunities are there, but
Yeah.
you got to be proactive.
Yeah, and resourceful.
One thing Tatiana talked about that I thought was really interesting was building multiple streams of income,
Oh yeah, that's so smart.
especially online.
Where things can change so quickly.
Totally.
It's risky to rely on just one income source.
It's like having a backup plan.
Or a safety net for your business and your finances.
Exactly. And she doesn't just talk about it,
Right.
she lives it.
Yeah.
She's got her Amazon business, the YouTube channel, courses.
Probably other stuff we don't even know about.
Right. It's awesome to see how she's leveraged different platforms and skills to create those different income streams.
For sure. But I can imagine some people listening are thinking, okay, that sounds good, but how do I actually do that?
Right. Where do you even start?
Well, Tatiana didn't start with multiple streams, She
Yeah.
started with one, Kindle publishing,
Oh, interesting.
and built from there. It takes time,
Yeah, the process.
You need a strategy, and you got to be willing to learn and adapt.
So what's the takeaway for our listeners?
Start small.
Okay. Focus on one thing at a time.
Gotcha.
Build that momentum gradually. Don't try to do everything at once.
Right, that's overwhelming.
Totally.
It's like building a house brick by brick.
Exactly. Solid foundation first.
Yeah, and then you can expand.
Exactly. As you gain experience and confidence.
So let's get practical. What are some ways our listeners can start exploring multiple streams of income?
Well, if you're already thinking about Amazon FBA, that's a great place to start.
It's a proven model.
It is. And
Yeah.
like Tatiana's shown,
Yeah.
it can be scaled and automated.
So you can free up your time
Exactly.
to explore the things.
So once that Amazon business is running smoothly, you can start thinking about other income streams that complement it.
What would you suggest?
Well, following Tatiana's lead,
Yeah.
maybe start a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Share your knowledge, build a community. You could even make money from ads or sponsorships.
Right. And you're providing value,
Exactly.
building trust and credibility, and attracting an audience that's actually interested in what you have to offer.
And then from there, you could create courses or digital products.
Oh, totally. Going more in depth on Amazon FBA or other online business stuff.
You could even write an ebook.
Right. So many possibilities.
It's amazing what you can do when you think outside the box.
The key is figuring out your strengths, what you're passionate about, what your audience needs.
Yeah, what value can you bring?
What problems can you solve?
Exactly.
But don't chase every shiny object.
No, definitely not.
It's about finding income streams that are sustainable,
Right.
scalable, and fit your long-term goals.
It's about building a business you love,
Totally.
one that brings you joy, not just money.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to challenge you listening
Okay.
to think about one more income stream you could create. Something that fits your current business or skills.
Doesn't have to be anything crazy.
No, start small.
Do your research and take action.
Exactly. Building multiple income streams is a journey.
Not a destination.
It's about creating that financial stability.
Right.
Diversifying your risks, and building a business you love.
And with the right mindset,
And the right strategy.
you can do anything you set your mind to. So we've talked a lot about Tatiana James. You know her story, all those smart strategies she uses to build passive income, especially with Amazon FBA.
Yeah, and we talked about diversifying your income, building that financial safety net.
Right, so you don't have all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. But there's one more thing we need to talk about. Mindset.
Oh yeah, mindset is huge.
Tatiana talks about it all the time as like a key part of her success.
It's easy to get caught up in all the tactics and strategies,
Yeah, totally.
but without the right mindset.
It's like, having a fancy car but no idea how to drive.
Exactly. So what can we learn from Tatiana's mindset? Like, what's helped her get such amazing results?
Well, the first thing that jumps out is that growth mindset.
Yeah, we've mentioned that a few times.
It's important, though. Like, it's worth repeating.
For those who are like, wait, what's a growth mindset?
Okay, so basically, it's believing that you can always learn and grow.
Okay,
Your abilities, your intelligence, it's not fixed,
gotcha.
You can develop them through hard work and dedication.
Makes sense.
It's about seeing challenges as opportunities, not roadblocks.
Seeing the potential.
Yeah, instead of just limitations.
I like that.
And Tatiana is like the poster child for this.
How so?
Well, remember, she started with no experience,
Yeah, literally nothing.
no laptop, tons of doubts, I'm sure.
But she didn't let any of that stop her.
Nope. She embraced learning, found mentors, pushed herself outside of her comfort zone,
It's pretty amazing to see what she accomplished.
especially so quickly and with no background in business or anything.
It shows you that if you have that right mindset,
Yeah, the sky's the limit.
anything is possible.
Exactly. Another thing about Tatiana's mindset is that she's resilient.
Oh yeah, resilience is key.
Building a business, especially online, it's tough.
Yeah, it's definitely not always easy.
You're going to have setbacks, make mistakes, have those moments where you're like, what am I doing?
Totally, those moments of doubt.
But it's how you handle those challenges.
That's what really matters.
Exactly. And Tatiana is open about the tough times,
Yeah, she's not afraid to talk about the struggles.
In the interview, she talked about this time when she got a ton of bad reviews for one of her products.
Oh, that's gotta be rough.
It is. It could have sunk her.
Yeah, that could be devastating.
But instead of freaking out, she just took a deep breath, figured out what went wrong,
Okay.
and fixed it.
That's a great example of resilience.
It reminds us that setbacks are going to happen,
They're part of the journey.
but it's all about how we respond to them.
Right, it determines our success.
And it's not just about bouncing back, it's about bouncing back even stronger.
Learning from those mistakes, using them to grow.
Exactly. Okay, one more thing about Tatiana's mindset.
Yeah.
She's super focused
Oh yeah, focus is huge these days.
with all the distractions.
It's like a superpower.
It is. Knowing what you want, setting clear goals, and saying no to things that don't fit.
That's so hard.
It is. But Tatiana nails it. She's intentional about how she uses her time,
Yeah.
and she's not afraid to turn down opportunities.
Even if they seem like good ones.
Even then, if it doesn't align with her strategy, she's like, nope.
That takes a lot of discipline,
For sure, you have to stay focused on your goals.
even when things get tempting.
It's easy to get distracted.
Way too easy.
Okay, last thing about Tatiana's mindset that I love.
Okay, what's that?
She has this abundance mentality.
Abundance. What do you mean?
She believes there's enough success to go around for everyone.
Oh, that's a great way to look at it.
Like, helping others succeed doesn't mean she'll be less successful.
Right, it's not a zero-sum game.
Exactly. It's so refreshing, especially in the online world where it can feel super competitive.
Yeah, it can be cutthroat sometimes.
But Tatiana is all about collaboration, She gets that we all do better when we work together.
A rising tide lifts all boats.
Exactly. And that's why she's built this amazing community.
Right, she's not just talking about it, she's living it.
Yeah, she genuinely wants others to succeed.
And she's willing to help them.
It creates this positive cycle.
I love that.
Success inspires more success, and everyone benefits.
So to sum up what we've learned about Tatiana's mindset,
Great.
it's all about growth, resilience, focus, and that abundance mentality.
Those are the foundations.
Yeah, and they can make a huge difference in your entrepreneurial journey.
Remember, success isn't just about having the right tools.
Or knowing the strategy,
It's about your mindset,
believing in yourself,
embracing the challenges.
and having a positive attitude.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into Tatiana James and the world of passive income.
We've covered her incredible journey, her smart strategies.
And that super inspiring mindset that's helped her get to where she is today.
But more importantly, we hope you've learned some valuable lessons.
Things you can use in your own life and business.
Remember, you can achieve amazing things too.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself.
Who knows? Maybe someday we'll be featuring your story on the deep dive.
That would be awesome.
Until next time, keep diving deep.